So let's go ahead and measure for an outside mount single roller blind. So it's really important that we measure from the outside edge of the architrave to the outside edge of the architrave. And we do that across the very top of the architrave because that's where we're going to be fitting our brackets. So Sally, if you can put the tape measure on the outside edge of the architrave, right at the very top there, that's perfect. Now I'm pulling the tape measure nice and tight, and I'm measuring to the outside edge of this architrave, which is 2200 is there, 2230, 2260, 2261. So 2261 is my width. So let's go ahead and measure the drop size of our outside mount single roller blind. Now, this is a normal window here, and we would measure from the top of the architrave down to the underside of the bottom architrave, and that measurement there is 1142 millimeters to underneath. But with this window just here, it's a little bit unusual because I'm going to be measuring down to the carpet. So let's go ahead and put our tape measure on the top of the architrave, and let's go down and measure to the carpet, which is 2250, so 2250 millimeters. Because this outside mount single roller blind is a left-hand chain drive or left-hand motor, we're going to fit our male bracket onto the outside edge of the architrave here on the left-hand side. Now, because I'm drilling into the architrave, I want to pre-drill my hole position. So I'm just going to go ahead at the top there and put a little drill mark, and then at the bottom here, I'm going to put a little drill mark. So what I can do is take that bracket away and now just go and pre-drill those holes. Now that will just ensure that I don't go ahead and split or crack the architrave. So let's go ahead and install the brackets, and you can see on my cordless drill, I'm using 150 millimeter number 2 Phillips head bit. So that makes things really easy when you're fitting into tight spaces. So the screws we provide are these beautiful white tip pan head screws. So I'm going to fit that into my drill piece, and let's go ahead and install the brackets. So when you get an outside mount single roller blind, you'll also get these 2 cover caps to cover the ends of the bracket, and they end up looking fantastic. So let's go ahead and fit those. All right, Sal, so now we've got the brackets installed, and now we're going to go ahead and fit the roller blind up into the brackets there. So if you could just pick the blind up for me. And what we're going to do is we're just going to unroll the blind slightly so that little cover over the top of the chain drive faces in the 12 o'clock position. So have you got that there now?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so if you pop up on the ladder and fit that into the male bracket. So what I'm doing now is, that's all right, thanks Sal, we're in. So what I'm doing now is just holding some tension towards the chain drive there, because I know that's been installed, and my job is simply guide the pin end into position. We hear the click, and that blind is now fully installed. Now we're going to install an outside mount single roller blind, but this time we've got the motor. So when we pick up this blind, I want you to hold the end of the motor at all times, and we can't tip the blind because otherwise the motor is going to come sliding out, okay? So I want you to hold the motor, and let's start the installation process. So let's pick it up first. Okay, now I just want you to look for that USB charging cable and make sure that that's facing in the 6 o'clock position, because it's really important that that gets installed straight down. So is that in the right position?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and fit that. Can you confirm the USB cable is facing exactly at 6 o'clock? We've got that? Perfect. All right, so now that you're in your side, I'm just going to click my blind in my side, and that's the installation complete. So now we've got to fit the stop ball onto the chain to prevent the blind from being rolled down too far and rolled off the tube. But before I do that, I just want to show you what an ordinary bottom rail sounds like when it's hitting against the window frame. And this bottom rail here is the silent bottom bar. So you can see it doesn't really make a lot of sound when it bangs into the window frame there. And it's actually adjustable. See that white piece there? I can slide that anywhere along this bottom rail where the obstruction is. So I really like this silent bottom bar and just, stopping that banging sound, which is quite good. So let's go ahead and fit this stop ball. What we're going to do is put the blind down to the bottom limit. So that's right there. Now, because it's a back rolling blind, it's an outside mount back rolling blind, I'm going to grab the front of the chain, probably about an inch, 25, 30 mils down from where it goes into the chain drive. And I'm just going to hold that position. So I'm going to pull it down as low as I can. And that ball right there is exactly where I'm going to fit my stop barrel. The last part of our process is fitting this child safety device onto our chain there, and that just holds it to the wall so it's safe for children. So you'll notice I've got that flat section of the child safe device facing the glass. What I do is I'll just open it up just like that. I'm going to put it over the chain and then close it and then click it into position. Now, I want to pre-drill the screw hole because the screw is quite large. So I'm just going to pre-drill the hole. And what I'll do is I'll hold the child safe device down, but then I'm going to relax it about 10 millimeters because I just want to create just a little bit of slack to grab. So I'm quite happy with that position there. So I'll put my drill in through the front there, pre-drill that hole, and now I'll swap my bit over. And let's go ahead and fit that screw straight in the right position. So we'll pot it through there first, line it up with my hole, and fit it perfectly into position and make sure it's perfectly straight up and down. So now I have the child safe device perfectly fitted. So now that we've got our inside mount sunscreen roller blind installed, and our outside mount block-out roller blind installed, it's a double roller blind with a twist. So let's just bring our sunscreen blind down and we can see exactly what they look like together. So the sunscreen blind, this is the white grey in the one screen collection. It offers me eye comfort, heat protection, contrast vision, and also daytime privacy. But it won't allow you nighttime privacy, so that's when we're going to bring down our block-out blind. I hope you like this information. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, and I'll answer them personally for you. And thank you very much for watching.